Morning, everyone. I wanted to talk about a book that I find very meaningful and helpful. The teacher, Thich Nhat Hanh, which for those of you who may not be familiar with him, this is how you spell his name up here. He went by the nickname, if you want to say, Thay, T-H-A-Y. He has been a Buddhist teacher for all of his life. He died at 90-ish, just a brief few years ago. And his birthplace was Vietnam, and it was during all of the conflict, war. And many of the monks there, he was a monk, many of the monks there did their part to try to help people, but the government at the time was persecuting, wanted to kill them and a lot of other people. So many had to flee for safety, and Tay ended up in eventually establishing a retreat center in France called Plum Village, and he continued to teach in many ways throughout the world, but his teaching was one of peace. He met Martin Luther King, and they discussed nonviolent activism. His philosophy, his Buddhism included being active, helping in some way besides sitting on your cushion and meditating. But he was, I admired him so much and I revered him so much because he did not complicate things, because nothing about our existence in terms of our spiritual existence needs to be complicated. We humans make it complicated. We complicate so many things that don't need to be. But in terms of our spirit and our soul's growth and activities we can pursue while we're in the human form, very simple. And I really, really admired Tay's approach. And I'm going to read this one little section, three paragraphs. When you need to slow down and come back to yourself, you do not need to rush home to your meditation cushion or to a medicine center in order to practice a meditation center in order to practice conscious breathing. You can breathe anywhere, just sitting on your chair at the office or sitting in your automobile. Even if you're at a shopping center filled with people or waiting in line at a bank, if you begin to feel depleted and need to return to yourself, you can practice conscious breathing and smiling, just standing there. Wherever you are, you can breathe mindfully. We all need to go back to ourselves from time to time in order to be able to confront the difficulties of life. Amen, amen. We can do this in any position, standing, sitting, lying down, or walking. If you can sit down, however, the sitting position is the most stable. One time I was waiting for a plane that was 4 hours late at Kennedy Airport in New York, and I enjoyed sitting cross-legged right in the waiting area. I just rolled up my sweater and used it as a cushion, and I sat. People looked at me curiously, but after a while they ignored me, and I sat in peace. There was no place to rest. The airport was full of people, so I just made myself comfortable where I was. You may not want to meditate so conspicuously, but breathing mindfully in any position at any time can help you recover yourself. And when he speaks of breathing mindfully, he means paying attention, focus on your breath. So you can be anywhere, anything could be going on, but you're simply focusing 100% on the in and out. And you don't have to do that kind of breathing, just your normal, whatever kind of breathing you would do. You're focusing. Eyes open, just as if you are wherever you are, in and out. And when you are focused on the in and the out, you can't be anywhere else. You can't be drawn in to whatever may be going on around you, which oftentimes is chaotic. In a store, it can be very chaotic. And lots of people, the more people crammed into a space, the more chaotic it can feel. And so simply coming back to your breath, which is always there, in and out. And what's great is if you're out in public, you don't have to be oblivious. Obviously, your senses are still working. So if something occurs that you need to respond to in some way, you do. It's not like you're unconscious. You are merely focused 100% on your breath. And it is miraculous to me how calming and centering that is, how it can, and if you were talking to those who look at our physiology, our vagus nerve, which runs up and down our body, controls so much about our emotions, but all of that helps to calm the vagus nerve and bring us to a place inwardly of calm and peace. And you know, I think of this now, sometimes when you're sitting and talking with people, one or two people, you're having a conversation, and I'm speaking from my own experience. I'm a personality that can get very excited about the topic, but if it is a topic that has any kind of not disagreement, but well, perhaps you don't disagree or don't agree, but at any rate, you're getting excited, but not in a good way. Your voice raises, your energy raises, and that can lead your thoughts and speech off track from what you really want to communicate. So I have found on occasion that if I'm in the middle of a conversation that I'm kind of losing control of myself, that I can simply stop for a minute and breathe and just feel the calm return. And it allows my mind, my brain, to return to a calm state so that I can think more clearly. It has been proven that many acts of violence occur during periods of rage. Rage disengages the frontal lobe, the part of our brain where we reason and think, and we think, well, I wouldn't do this if I had my senses about me. But we do things when we feel out of control. We allow ourselves to get so angry that we speak and act out of control and harm others and sometimes ourselves. So that ability to remember, all I have to do is focus. And just let that calm set in. Just let it be there. And then your brain, it's kind of like muddy water. If you stir the water in a river or lake, sometimes the silt will come up and it'll be muddy looking, but if you leave it alone, it settles back down and you have clear water again. And that's our mind. Let our minds return to that clear state. So for anyone who is looking for a teacher who may add to your travels, a book that may add to your library of wisdom teachers, this is one. Peace is every step. by Thich Nhat Hanh. I hope that was something that you might benefit from. I am sharing simply because that's the way we do with each other. If there's something we think will be helpful, whether it's a store with a bargain, a place you can get a deal on a good car, whatever it might be, we share that information with each other. And this is my way of sharing something I have come upon that has been helpful to me in letting me form my ability to walk peacefully through life to the best of my ability. So I will wrap that up with that. I hope it is of benefit, and if so, please share. I will see you on my regular daily message, which you are aware or not aware of if you're new. I do a daily message every day, pulling from different types of cards and letting that steer us into what thought process we want to have for the day. Kind of sets our day in a good way. May you all be well, may you all be safe, and may you all be healthy.